Chances are if you clicked on this video, you might be prone to procrastination. Maybe you are procrastinating right now, or maybe you're just hoping there is something that can spark some productivity to get something important done. I'm pleased to tell you that I have a bunch of tiny habits that you can implement to spark this productivity in less than 10 seconds. You can choose to pick one that I'll share today, or you can combine some of these together to have an ultra productive work session. Sound good? Let's jump right in. One of my all-time favorite tiny ways to beat procrastination is by setting a timer. I find when I am on the clock, I am much more efficient at getting started and getting something done, even if it's just for a 5 or 10 minute block of time. Even a 1 minute block of time can be helpful for getting a task started if that's really all that is necessary. No matter how busy you are, it's a quick and easy option to get yourself in work mode, almost like it is a challenge or that you are trying to beat the clock. Another essential that can pay dividends of focus is to block your distractions. A personal favorite of mine when I'm working on my computer is called Cold Turkey. They have a paid version, but the free version is awesome. I just click on the little turkey on my computer and block distractions for a certain amount of time. You can edit the list of websites in their distraction feature to block any websites or apps that are a challenge for you on your device, and I find this immensely helpful. Especially after you have set that block, you cannot unblock it. So if I just have at least 5 seconds of willpower to set up a distraction-free block for myself for, let's say, the next hour, I'm not going to be able to go to YouTube or Instagram or any of those other different sites that could be distracting during that work time. Tiny way to boost productivity number 3 is leaving your phone in another room. You can have the sound up so you can still hear if you get a call or a text. Maybe put it on do not disturb mode as another option, or have those other notifications off. I know sometimes if my phone is by me, if the light changes, I almost wonder, did it light up? Did I get a message? And so when it's in another room, that kind of thought won't cross your mind and you'll be able to stay more focused on your task. Tip number 4 is to set a tiny goal or tiny action steps for your work session. It's so common to make a large to-do list with way too many steps that it ends up feeling overwhelming, and even the act of putting the list together is too time-consuming. What I recommend is setting a goal for that period of time. If you've got a half hour, an hour, set a goal for that time. What are you going to get done? And write it on a Post-it or just in a notebook. That's your task. If you need to make the task smaller, go for it. Rather than saying that you're going to finish this task that might be a little overwhelming, can you finish one section of the task or one part of it? Now you're talking about something much more doable. And who knows, maybe if you accomplish that first task, you'll feel more motivated to continue staying productive, knocking out these other tasks. Tip number 5 is to optimize sound. Now, for some, this might mean turning off external sounds. Certainly, it's more fun to have a video or podcast or your favorite music playing in the background, but does that actually help you stay focused? For others, like me personally, it can be very helpful to have some sound on in the background. My personal favorite is actually listening to the soundtracks from epic movies like the Star Wars movies. For whatever reason, the instrumental tracks just get me in the zone and I'm focused and I feel like I'm, on this quest to try to complete a task. So reflect about your sound preferences, and more productivity may be as simple as turning on a certain song or turning something off. Tip number 6 is one of the most important, and that's to regroup and make a change after failure. Let's say you were really trying to be productive. You have maybe a pressing deadline and you were supposed to be working and you didn't. You failed. You were goofing around online or whatever else. It's not too late to fix it. However, it's not enough to just say, okay, now I'm going to get focused. Enough is enough. Make a change. Move to a different room. Leave that workspace where you were. Go take a quick walk. Do something else. Make some sort of change to say, okay, I'm moving to this location. I'm doing this. I'm first before I get back into it. Make yourself change it up so it's less likely for your brain to just slip back into distracted mode and opening, whatever other new tabs that you want and wasting more time. It's not enough to just say, okay, that's enough. Make a change, get yourself out of that certain scenario so that you can move forward more effectively. It's also important to know that it's not too late. Yes, maybe you squandered an hour on TikTok, but you still have more time and you can make up for that time by having some strong focus in the upcoming work session. Another great tip if you find yourself stuck is to switch up the way that you are working on it. For example, if you are trying to type something out, let's say you're working on an assignment or a paper or something like that, if you are finding yourself struggling to do it on the device and typing it out, try handwriting it. Changing up the mode of your work can make it easier. I know my husband Jake will often do that working on a project. Alternatively, if you're struggling to write something and get your ideas down on a page, why not try to record a voice note or just talk through it using a voice to text feature just to get some ideas out of your head onto paper. This idea can really help us push past that feeling of staring at a blank screen or a blank page and start get the ideas rolling as you can then format your thoughts into the final product. The last tiny way to beat procrastination and boost productivity is to set up a quick win. In life, sometimes we think that we need to be motivated to be able to act, but actually action can lead to feeling more motivated. Is there something that you can do in your life that is a quick win, something that will just take minutes to complete, but will make you feel much more accomplished and motivated to continue going? Maybe this is a really small part of your task for whatever the big task is you're working on, or maybe it's even something around your house, like unloading the dishwasher or setting a load of laundry, something cleanly that will also help motivate you to be productive. With these, of course, we don't want to dive too far into alternative tasks because, in a way, these productive tasks that are not the kind of productivity you want can actually be a form of procrastination. But if we are feeling lethargic or stuck, sometimes something to have a quick win is better than nothing. I'm hopeful this video is helpful. For some accountability, let me know in the comments which tip you're going to be trying for your next productivity session, and I hope it goes really well. If you found this video helpful and want to check some of my other ones out, I'll leave those here, or feel free to subscribe to the channel up there. I'll see you next time. Bye.